Welcome to What's New. We're sitting here talking. I'll let ours take over.
Tonight we have a special guest. It's Bridget Bennett from Bricks Winery, and Urban Winery, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And she's going to tell you about her business and what they've got going on this weekend. And so, Bridget, you want to say a few words?
Sure. So my name is Bridget Bennett, and I'm one of the co-owners of Bricks Urban Winery Market, and Natalie Sealover is the other co-owner. And we specialize in mead, which is basically a honey wine, and then we also have some fruit wines. So we opened in October 24th of last year, and so it's been about 7 months, and we've really enjoyed it. So we have mostly mead, but do have some fruit wines.
And how's it going?
It's going great.
Great.
Yep. Apparently people like to drink during the apocalypse.
For sure. Wine is a popular thing in St. John. All around, yeah.
Yep.
I love my wine.
So what flavors in mead wine do you have?
So we have a lot of different varieties. So I really enjoy making mead because it's not very traditional. You can do a lot of different things with it. So for example, during the Honey Festival this weekend, there's a gentleman from a winery that's coming in who makes a capsule, which is pepper mead. So our meads at Bricks are made with like blackberry, wildflower honey, whole vanilla bean, and clove. And we have some that are made with strawberries and meadow foam flower honey that we get from Harold's Bees. And he gets that from the Pacific Northwest, and it has a toasted marshmallow taste to it.
That sounds good.
Yeah. We also have a mead called the Bochet, and that's the style of the mead. And we basically boil the honey and carbonize it, and then we ferment it on whole vanilla beans that we split, and then we add cold brew coffee to that, and makes a Bochet.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. Never heard of any of those.
Yeah, I hadn't heard of mead wine until you guys came. I didn't know they made it until last year. Actually, it's got a good taste.
Thank you.
It's very good. Yeah.
It's been around for several thousand years. A lot of people think about the Vikings, but it's actually been around before the Vikings in India and Egypt. And there they made more of the traditional mead, and we do have some of that, which is just simply water, honey, and yeast. So we have a dry and a sweet traditional mead that we make with honey that actually is pretty close to this building. It came from exit 157 Farm and Apiary, and the hive is supposed to be located around here somewhere next to this railroad track, so that's pretty neat.
Oh,
That's the one that Honeybee Shops sells, isn't it?
No, all of our mead is sold in our shop. Yeah.
No, I mean
the honey?
The honey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nick gets around with his honey.
it's good.
Yeah, he's got quite a bit of it.
I love it.
Yep, and it's amazing how different the honey tastes. I mean, you can go to Harold's and get a taste of all the different varieties.
Right.
Nick brought me 4 bottles of honey that came from this area. So one from Bloomsdale, Ozora, Pickle Springs, and then here in the downtown area. And
they have one down here too.
Mm-hmm.
They grow beets. They have beehives in town.
Yeah, they have one close to this building here.
Oh, do they really?
Yeah.
I'll be darned.
And they
I
all
didn't know that.
look and taste very different, even though they're all considered wildflower honey. So
Oh my gosh.
it's very interesting.
Huh.
And they have ice cream down there, don't they, at Harold's Bees?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I heard it's really good. Yeah.
Yes, it is. Anything with honey is good, right?
Yes, it is. So what inspired you guys to open this winery?
Well, we were looking at opening a meadery, and we looked at other towns, and when we travel, we love to try different meads. So mead is very popular on the East Coast, and some in the West Coast, even down south in Texas and around Arizona and Nevada. You'll find a lot of meaderies. Around this area, though, in central U.S., it's still growing and still becoming popular. And so,
And that's a good thing
yes.
for you, yeah.
Yes, got in early, and we're excited to be in St. Genevieve and grow. Yep.
That's a good thing too.
Yes.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah. And you've done remodeling in the building. It looks
Yes.
very nice.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we completely remodeled the first floor and updated it, gave it more of a modern feel, and just recently we opened the backyard.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have a stage and seating in the backyard. We had a band, I think it was last weekend, I think it was on Friday, last Friday. We had Heather Carnahan and company played. So it was 3 guitarists and box drum.
Oh, how neat.
Yeah.
Now, where's this at?
Right behind the winery in the backyard.
And where's the winery?
Next to Ciro's.
Yep. Right between Iggy's Pop
Oh.
Shop and Ciro's.
Yeah,
Yep.
The old St. John Winery.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
See, I gotta get out more. I didn't know that you had taken that. I'll be darned.
Yep. We bought the building and then kind of did our own thing in there. So, but if you have a bottle of Christmas plum wine, I bet you could auction it off for a high dollar.
Really? Well, I have to come up there. You've got that open now outside?
Mhm.
Oh,
So you're gonna have bands every Friday, or?
Not every Friday. Right now, we're experimenting with some Fridays and Sundays. We
Oh,
have a
okay.
band this Sunday during the Honey Festival between 1 and 4.
Okay, so the Honey Festival is Sunday or Saturday, or both?
It's both days.
Both days?
Yeah.
So that'll be the 26th to 27th?
Yes.
Okay.
26 and 27.
We'll have Chris, Alex, and Paul from Music Art Love. And
Oh, yeah, they're good.
yeah,
Yeah.
they'll be playing in the backyard Sunday between 1 and 4.
Oh, good, yeah. Yeah, they make a good duo. And then the Honey Festival, they've got like 50 booths, is that correct? Or something like
I
that.
can't remember. It's either 50 or 75, yeah, vendors.
So it's a big event in town this weekend.
Yes.
So
They're
hopefully it'll draw a lot of people out of the city,
It'll-
cities around us, yeah.
Yeah, I think it'll take up the whole downtown. most of
That'll
the
be
downtown.
great, yeah.
Oh, good.
And so in your backyard, do you go all the way back to the building back there, though?
Yes.
Because that's such a neat building.
Yeah, so the carriage house and the summer kitchen are part of our property. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
So those are on the list to eventually renovate and.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they need some TLC.
Yeah.
well, I'll be
Yeah,
darned.
that carriage house is really neat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I have to investigate Sunday.
So you didn't even know it existed?
No. I told you, I have been in for over a year. I haven't been able to navigate too good. So I've just stayed in with the covert. It's just a good reason to stay in anyway. So I'll be darned. Well, I have to investigate that. Because
Yeah.
Saturday I can't, Sunday I can.
So have you moved to St. John yet, or you got plans to, or?
We have plans to. We're here most of the time, doing other renovations and upkeep, and also, racking and bottling the wine and starting new batches. So
Oh, wow.
So what are your days open then?
right now we're open on Saturday and Sunday from 11 to 5 p.m.
Oh, okay.
During events, we're open longer, and then we're also open on the fourth Friday art walks.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's
And
tomorrow night.
That's tomorrow night, yeah. And then in the month of July, we're going to start opening on every other Friday, the second and fourth Fridays, and do happy hours.
Oh,
And
that's
we'll
neat.
also start some trivias on some Sundays.
Yeah, so when you get that done, if you want to come back and talk about that, that'd be great too.
Yes.
Sure.
So, on the fourth Friday, you have an artist there also, don't you?
Yeah, this week we have Cindy from the bike shop. What's the name of her bike shop? It's,
That I don't know.
she's
That's
gonna,
right up
She's
next.
gonna kill me because now it slipped my mind.
Yeah.
Uh,
I saw it advertised, but I can't remember who it was.
Bad time for a block out.
Yeah, oh, that
Right.
happens. That happens. So this Friday night, while she's looking that up, it's the fourth Friday, of course. There's several places open in town that have art. There's a new tea shop on Market Street, and of course, they have my art. And then Eclectic, I think that's how you say it, Jean Reesover, she has her shop open. And of course, the Art Guild has their venue open. And Silver Sycamore is open, and the French Festival, French Colonial Life, I think they're open too
And I
this
think
weekend.
Common Grounds maybe open.
Pardon?
I think Common Grounds may have an artist.
Yes, they are. Yeah, Common Grounds has an artist too. So there's several venues in town that are going to have artists as guests. And there's also art down at the Galleria, but I don't know if she's open or not. Probably, I think they have been. And then what's where Juanita's got her art? At the European Entitlements. Took a while to remember that one. European Entitlements, there's artwork there, and
I have mine home.
probably Sam's open down on Main Street, I would assume. And then there's a Purple Finch. Are they open, I wonder? I think there's probably on Facebook you can find a list of who's open, whatever. So there's a lot of interesting art and a lot of varied art at the Art Center because the artists have their show up now. We have that place to display, so there's
Where's that
lots
at?
of little gifts and a lot of big art too, if you want to hear it. Pardon?
Where's that at?
At the old museum.
Oh,
And our artist is from Roland on the River. Cindy from Roland on the River.
It's
Yep.
what from
Roland on the River.
Roland
It's
on the
Cindy's
River.
business, yeah.
Oh,
So she has the bike rental, she does the custom t-shirts.
oh, okay.
She can do mugs, tumblers, yep.
They're right next to the Sandbar and
Yes.
to Myers Shoe Store, right? Is
Yep.
it Myers?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep, yeah, so tomorrow she'll be displaying her gourd art. So she does bird houses, bird feeders out of dried gourds that she hand paints.
Oh, that's nice.
Yep,
Yeah.
so she'll be selling that, and then she'll also do a display of the process that she goes through to make those.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. Yeah, the gourd art is really neat, unique. Yeah.
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 So it should be fun.
So,
And then I think tomorrow we also have the haunted pub crawl. So
the haunted,
pub crawl.
is
So
that the ones that do the tour?
The Gaslight Ghost Tours.
Yeah.
Yep. So they.
They
do
always
that.
have a big crowd, don't they?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. He usually sells out the pub crawl tour. Yeah. So and those are always fun. They come through usually later in the evening, toward the end of the art walk time. But it's a neat crowd to have.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I usually see them walking around town. There's usually a big group. Yeah.
Yep.
So and then Sam has down on Main Street, she has period clothing in there where you can dress up, take pictures. Very reasonable. I think that is next to Art, Music, and Love.
Yes.
So there's all kind of period costumes in there. And I can't remember what Art, Music, and Love have this weekend. Isn't there something? I think there's something down there too. So anyway, come to St. John, just check out all the places. Everybody that's displaying anything's going to have a flag out that says Fourth Friday on it. So you
I believe
can,
we have fireworks as well, right?
pardon?
Do we have city fireworks?
Oh, that is. That's right. The band's going to be playing up in the
Yeah.
park. And they're going to have fireworks and they're showing a movie, Frozen. Is that what? Or is that not yet?
No, I think they have just
They
the
did
fire-
that already?
Yeah, I
Oh.
think they just have the fireworks and the
Oh,
band.
okay.
Yep, for the 4th of
Fireworks
July.
and the band
Yeah,
up in the park. Yeah.
Mhm.
I knew they were collecting for that. Yeah.
yeah. So we
So,
have plenty to do.
so that would be great. Celebrate 4th of July a little early, but that's okay. Yeah. So there's a lot to do in town over this weekend, a whole lot going on.
Yeah.
So everybody try to get out and get down there and see what St. Genevieve has to offer.
Yep.
So you got anything else more interesting about your place? You can talk away.
Well, we're gonna have Chris, Alex, and Paul back on July 30th. And I think that's on a Sunday, I believe, from 4 to 7 p.m.
Okay, so they'll usually do Sundays when,
Um,
is that usually when you have the music is on Sundays? Or
We're
you?
trying some different things, so we're having some on Fridays, some on Saturdays, some on Sundays, so
Oh,
that
okay.
kind of give everybody a chance. Some people work on Fridays and they don't get off till later. And then some of the tourists and even the locals have different times they come in town, and so try to have a variety of dates so that everybody
Times
can
and
enjoy it.
dates, yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, that's nice. We're glad somebody purchased that building. It's too nice to sit there vacant, yeah.
Yeah, I think he kept it open until almost right up until we moved in there.
Yes.
Yep. So, and I think he had been there since the 1980s, so quite a while. So it's a privilege to be able to take that over
Yes.
and continue it on. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm glad you got the backyard open. That's a neat place too, yeah.
It is. The pecan tree that's back there, we're told, is one of 2 in town that was brought here from Texas.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be darned.
Yeah. So it makes the big pecans.
Oh, okay.
So it shades that whole backyard. So all the tables and the stage, everything is right under the tree there, and it's nice and cool back there.
Well, that's interesting to know.
Yep.
They brought that when it was a small tree then.
Yeah.
I'll be darned.
I
Never
think
heard
those
that
things
before.
grow forever.
Hmm?
I think they grow forever. I
Oh,
swear
yeah.
my tree's gotten taller than it was before. I still got 2 left.
St. Genevieve's an area where pecan trees do grow. A lot of areas can't even grow them.
I hit several
Yeah.
on that property at one time,
Yep.
but they all blew down, except 2 of them.
Yeah, they're not a very sturdy tree.
Mm.
They lose limbs all the time when it
Oh
storms.
my gosh, yeah. We picked up a bunch over this last wind we had. Picked up a bunch. So,
Yeah. Well, Thrive Nutrition is another neat place. Tricia was supposed to be here tonight, but I guess something came up where she couldn't make it. It's out in the shopping center in between the is that still Do It Center, or did they change the name?
I think it's still
County
due.
Do It. And also the State Farm Insurance and where the nail care place is at. They're in the old License Bureau building out there, or the section of that. So anyway, their drinks are all nutritious. They're fruit flavors and whatever. So everybody go on out there and give them a shot too at your see how their refreshments taste. I know there's several that do that every morning, so.
I think I have to get out.
Yeah, you better get out, Mary Ann.
Yeah,
We'll
but-
see what's happening in this St. John. You've been in confinement for way too long.
Yeah, I have been
Yeah,
in for a year and a half.
yeah.
2 falls. It doesn't do very good.
You'll have to come out and try some mead.
There you go. That's just what I need.
There you go.
I love wine.
Good. Yeah, we got Luna Ice out by the community center, and then there's going to be Ryan Hook's building a fast food place out there, so that end of town's developing too. And then there's supposed to be a fruit stand out there, but it's not open yet.
Where's Hook having his?
Up by the water park.
Oh, by the water park.
Yep, so town's growing out that end. And the downtown is really nice. It's really got all kind of things in it now too, so. Yeah, we lost a store. One of Queen Anne's Lace moved out.
Oh, they did. They moved out completely.
Yeah. Well, they have 2 other stores, but
Yeah.
they left town. So that building's for rent. If anybody's wanting a building for anything, you can go call the parish 2731 and rent that. So, got anything else you want to talk about?
Sure, I mean, in addition to our traditional bottled meads that we have, we also have carbonated mead. So instead of like if you think of a still wine, we have carbonated session mead. So those are at like 6% alcohol, and they just a little bit higher in a beer, and they drink kind of like a alcoholic soda, right? So we have root beer, blackberry, strawberry. And
Those are all flavored at 6% then?
Yep.
I'll be darned, I didn't know that either.
And all of our flavors are natural. We don't use any, artificial flavor or anything. We use fruits and spices and honey and things like that. So we fill growlers with that. And then we also sell that by the mug. And then we also have, for the summer, we have frozen wine slushies. Yeah.
Frozen wine.
Slushies.
Oh, okay.
That sounds very good.
Those have been a big seller since we opened, but especially now since the summer.
Since it's warmer out
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Everybody wants a cool drink.
Yes, they do.
It
Yeah.
feels delicious.
So when the bikers were in town, did you have a lot of those come visit you, or did they mostly just?
We had quite a few bikers that came in,
Oh, well,
but
that
it
was good.
seemed like most of them came in early and left from the heat. That day, the heat index was 104 that day.
Yes, that was a very hot day.
Yeah, so they had left Farmington very, very early in the morning and kind of rolled into town around 7 and 8 a.m. Some of them hung around, some of them chose to leave, but I think later in the evening when we had a lot of music in town, so in the parking lot across from the Audubon, we had bands, and then we had Heather Carnahan and Company in our backyard, and I think there might have been one other Main Street Inn. They had Chris, Alex, and Paul in their backyard for a garden party. And so in the evening when we had all that music, I think we got a lot of tourists and locals, and then a few of the bikers still. So
That's nice.
Yeah. turned out
That's
to be
what I always liked about Arkansas. When you went down there, you go in those small little towns, and they had somebody playing music on every corner.
Yep. But it turned out to be a very nice evening.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's really nice when you can just walk around and hear all different types of music too.
Yep. I think Audubon had a couple chefs in that day. So.
Oh, really?
Mhm. So it seems like every weekend there's something different and something interesting happening.
Well, that's great. Yeah,
Yep.
one of our hosts that passed away, one of our hosts, She always said that. If you can't find anything in St. John, you're not even looking for it.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
She used to always
There's
say
always
that.
something going on. Yeah.
There's always something,
Yeah.
that's for sure. Which we do have.
So what else do you sell down at your shop? Gifts of,
Yeah, so we have, we call it a market room, so we sell gifts from different artists from around the US, and even outside the US. So we have clay jewelry from, I think it's, I can't remember the name of the company, but she's from Thayer, Missouri. And then we also sell clay jewelry that is mimicked after nature, so leaves and flowers and things, that comes from a woman in Saskatchewan. And we sell other like plants and things like that, like air plants, and also some cheese boards and things. But we try to find things that are made by artisans that you can't go on Amazon and stuff like that and buy. That it's stuff that someone made.
and
Yeah.
that's neat. That helps the arts.
Yeah. And then we also have some treats in there. So we have, craft soda from Reading, Pennsylvania. We have trolley track cookies from Chesterfield. We have macarons from the Tipsy Goat up in Chesterfield.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
They
And
had
so,
their truck here, didn't they? Was
that's
that them or was that a different place?
that's a lady from Farmington.
Oh, okay.
I think Max and More, maybe.
Oh.
Yep. They're very similar, but yeah, they Tipsy Goat changes their flavors every week, and you buy them in a box of 6, and she has different flavors every week. They're very unique. So like last week, she had red hot riplets, a jalapeno.
I can't imagine that one.
It was
Yeah,
pretty
me
good.
either.
It was pretty good. And then Trolley Track Cookies, they make a lot of variety of homemade cookies. Like they have a apricot pie cookie. They have the traditional chocolate chip and walnut, pecans, and so we go pick up a variety from her and the Tipsy Goat, and then we also bring down Gooey Louie, gooey butter cake cookies from up in St. Louis, and so we bring those fresh every weekend when we come down, so
That's neat, yeah.
kind of add a little variety.
Well, that's nice.
So you sell a lot of wine, like openers, bags, and all that kind of stuff too?
A little bit, but we try to,
More stay with the artisan?
try to stay with something that would be a gift for someone,
Okay.
if they came in shopping or something. Than the traditional, winery things.
Right.
Yeah. Try to buck the system a little bit, be a little untraditional.
That's wonderful. I'm gonna have to get out this weekend.
You are, Mary Ann. You are going to have to get out and explore St. John. It's got a lot to offer.
Take your
I know.
reporting to the streets.
Yeah, just start on Market Street and go all the way down to Main, and then go on Main, and then go back
Let's just
up
hope I don't have
Merchant,
any more accidents. I've had enough.
and go up Merchant Street, and then turn the corner and go on 3rd Street. And
Yep.
I guess this ASL Pewter, is that open on 4th Fridays also?
Yes. Yep.
And they have really nice gifts there.
Yep.
A lot of St. John stuff,
Mhm.
like
Yep.
the fleur-de-lis necklace and some coins and stuff like that.
And he started adding color to
Yes,
the pewter.
and
Yeah.
that's really neat,
Yeah.
yeah.
And he has some amazing cats.
Yes, he does. They are really pretty cats,
Yeah.
yeah. And they're not the common old house cat that you see.
Yep.
But I don't remember the name of them, do you?
I do not. I just know they're beautiful.
They are. They're very unique and very pretty.
Yep.
So you get to see all kind of different things in St. John. So come on downtown and check everything out. Friday and Saturday and Sunday, there's going to be events going on. So, and then Pat's Pastries is open down by Bill Naggers and by the Audubon and by Bill Naggers. You can sit outside and have coffee and bakery goods, and she also has soups and salads and stuff for meals at lunch, and sometimes in the evening. She serves later sometimes, so.
She has good baker stuff.
In fact, I
I've been down
had
there.
one of her jelly rolls yesterday morning for breakfast. Yep. So then it won't be long before Georgia will come along. That's in August, so.
Yeah. And the
Yeah.
Taste of St. John.
Oh, that's right,
Yeah.
yep.
Can't
I have to
remember
get a
which
list.
one.
I had one and I left it at home of all the events that are gonna be happening. But,
Yeah, I don't have any.
yeah, and of course, we're a federal park now, part of our city, so that's another draw for St. John. And Valley House has art display in there right now. Part of it used to be over in the Welcome Center, and they moved it over there, the Women's Club collection. And Louis Pruno's diorama is in the Welcome Center now because
Oh, is it?
the government took that over too, so, yep. So we're hoping we grow, yeah.
I got to get downtown.
Yes, Mary, you do have to get downtown.
Like I said.
Oh, and Sassafras down on St. Mary's Road, they've got a cute little Airbnb cabin that you can rent. And her shop's really neat. Everything is unique and reproductions of old games and whatnots down there. So that's another good place to shop for gifts and everything.
Yep.
So,
I think the Silver Sycamore, have they reopened?
Silver Sycamore, yeah, it should be open. They have a lot of neat jewelry and all kinds of stuff in there too. That's really neat.
Yep.
Yeah, beautiful art. A lot of artisans also were in there. Yeah. And I think that's all the art places. Main Street, you can find art on Main, on Market, on Merchant, and on Third.
Yep.
Or the corner of Third and Merchant, yeah. And I think that about covers all the art in town, pretty muchly. When you go uptown, go to the Welcome Center, I think they have a brochure with everything listed that's going on for the rest of the summer in town. And probably at your local businesses too, you can probably pick that up. I think they've got flyers all over town. So,
Have Moonlight Madness, July 23rd, I guess.
is that when that is? Moonlight Madness? That always draws a crowd also.
Yep. Yep, so that'll be fun.
So that's just about a month away.
Yep, I think almost every weekend there's something going on from now
Through
until.
the summer.
Yep.
Yeah, I had the list, but it's at home, so. You can probably get on St. John website, and it will tell you everything that's going on. Everywhere there's something for the weekend.
And we have the
Summer series.
summer
music
concert series with the Oris, all the cover bands each Friday.
Right,
Yeah,
Where are they having those at now?
at the Oris.
It's still there at the Oars every Friday,
Yep. The band concert on Thursday nights
That's
in the
fun.
schoolyard, and when it's rainy or whatever, they have it up at PAC, up at school. That's a beautiful place. Nice comfy seats.
Oh,
and the
it's
whole
nice
bit.
there.
Yeah, it's really nice.
I've been up several things there. It's really nice.
And I really don't know anything else that's going on.
I think we very well covered everything.
I think we did. We covered St. John all the way. Yeah,
Something to do every weekend, as Mary Ann used to always say.
yeah, that's right.
Never without anything to do.
Yeah, and I think they did pretty well at the Spring for Down syndrome
Yes.
Yes.
event last weekend. They
Yes.
had nice days, but it was pretty hot, but they had
Yep.
a
We-
really nice day for it, for a change. It usually rains, so.
Yeah, we talked to some UTV riders that did the bingo run with
I
the
know there was
UTVs.
like over 600 of them.
Yeah, they had a really good time. What we heard from a lot of them was it was the best one they've been on.
Well, that's great.
Yep.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I know my son did it, and his Jeep was really dusty inside. They went on some dusty roads.
Yep. We had the monster truck crushing the car
Yeah.
crush.
Yeah, that's always a good event. I was out of town this weekend, so I couldn't go, but I really always enjoy going to that. Yeah. So, they also had a car show too there.
Mhm.
And I don't know if they're still doing their car shows on, they used to have them on Fridays, but I don't know if they've started that up or
Yep.
have they started it again?
Yep. They're up by, right there in front of Common Grounds and the Anvil.
Oh, that's where they're doing them now?
Yep.
Oh, well, that's
Oh.
better yet.
Yeah, they
Right in
blocked
the
the
center of
street off
town.
right there.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I didn't know they did that either. You're really informative. Thank you, ma'am.
Golly.
You
I
got
know.
you got all your ducks in a row.
I don't feel like it sometimes. There's a lot to keep up with.
There
really
is,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, it's like we've been talking for how many minutes just about things that are going on in
I
town.
know.
So it's a lot to cover. Yeah.
Yep.
I gotta start getting
So
my
you got
legs.
anything interesting about your building, stories, or you did some digging, didn't you, at one point?
Yeah,
At the
so
side.
the building was one of the town's first hospitals. It was also a radio station. It was a residence. One of the ladies who grew up there randomly, I hope she's not watching this, but she'll randomly bring friends and family members in. And we're used to her coming in now, but she'll come in and, well, this was the living room, and this was this room, and over here was where, this piece of furniture was. When we were renovating, we did do some cleaning and stuff, and we found on the property when we were raking some dead leaves and things under a staircase. We found a man's class ring from 1928, I believe, from St. Genevieve High School.
Really?
A woman's emerald ring, a gold chain, and a little gun. And so we turned that into the police station here. So we're hoping, maybe someday we could figure out who that ring belonged to. Maybe if somebody at the school, because it's a men's class ring, and so they have the little symbols from all the clubs and things, that they were in. And with the date on it, it should be easy to kind of narrow it down, maybe who it belonged to. But it almost looked like a robbery gone bad or something with the gun and the jewelry there. I'm not sure. Yeah, we turned that into the police station here. But it was a neat little find.
It's amazing how when you go back to these old houses, you've done things around them, but you just, all of a sudden, there's this one spot that you haven't touched, and you go back and you find something that is unique. It's old.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Well, at the tea shop, he found a brick path that comes out from the
Right.
front of his house. He was digging because he was going to put a path in, and he found a brick path that was, 8 or 10 inches underground, and so he's raising that original path back
And
up.
it's really nice what he's got finished, but
Yeah.
now he's got a bad shoulder, so
Yeah.
he's kind
Oh
of at
my
a stop
gosh.
right now.
Yeah. So it's the town is very interesting. I'm by far any kind of historian on the town, but I know that the town that's here wasn't the original buildings, right?
Right.
So it has a lot of history to it. It's pretty neat.
My house is gone. It's
Yeah,
must
she's
have.
in an old house too, a really old one.
Yeah, you go upstairs and you open up the attic, you turn around and look, and here's this roof that's like this. At one time, it must have been an oval stairway or something that it had an oval roof over it.
Is
I
it
don't know.
haunted?
Well, yeah. I have to say, once in a while, I'll sit there watching TV and I could swear something goes down the hallway. Every once in a while, you see that. Kind of makes you wonder. And I know that in the basement, you can see the old, what they used to make the floors with. The old trees that they just used to chop them up and lay them up there.
Yeah, that's what they did.
Yeah, it's an old
Best
house.
they knew how.
There's not a square place in it, believe me. One room goes like this and one goes like that. But I love it. It's wonderful. So I often wonder if you go in that backyard, it's so big back there. And I just wonder sometime if you just dig a little bit, you might find some other stuff.
You might.
You never know.
Very possible.
Because it's just, old ground that's been there for years.
I'm afraid in our backyard you might find a lot of pecans. Old pecans and walnuts, black walnuts.
Is there a walnut tree back there too? Is there?
Really?
Yeah, there's a black walnut tree back by the summer kitchen, and there was one growing right up against the chimney. And so,
Oh my gosh.
according to Lauren from Ciros, she watched the squirrel plant that black walnut tree and then watched it slowly grow
Oh my
into
goodness.
the massive tree it was when we bought the building. And so that was one of the first things we did was have that black walnut tree removed that was up against that chimney.
That's kind of dangerous.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's not good for the building. And when we removed it, we could see on the chimney is stamped 1908. So,
Oh, my gosh.
yep. So that was pretty neat to see. I think it took a little bit for the people that work in Ciros to get used to looking out that window and seeing the chimney instead of seeing that tree.
Yeah.
But hopefully they like it now.
But you never know what you find in St. Genevieve. I mean, it's old, the town is old, and you just don't know what you're gonna find.
Yeah.
You find these old houses, and there's a lot of them around me.
Love talking to the neighbors and hearing the different stories from, we have people who have lived, around us for 30 years. And it's nice to hear some of the stories of the property and the town.
I think the history is interesting. I like to dig into the history of the town and see things and learn things. I've been digging into my history a little bit, but I'm stopped right now. Can't find what I'm looking for. I found a birth date by accident, but I haven't found a death date, so I don't know.
You could probably write to the state and find out.
Well, that's the thing. I went to the Lincoln Museum where they're supposed to have all this stuff, and they don't have him.
Maybe he got lost somewhere. In St.
Well,
Paul.
they took the paper that I had. It was just so shocked that they found this guy's name, and I said, yeah. That was my great-great-grandfather. And I said, I got it. They said they knew, but I tell you, you're just crazy. You just get in places and you just don't stop. And I know on my mother's side that my great-grandfather came from Poland, but I can't get that going either. I get stuck in one of these things and
Stuck
that's
in
it.
a rut.
Hmm?
Stuck in a rut.
Yeah, I do, and you just don't know where to go. But it's interesting I like to dive into history.
So have you got plans for your upstairs yet, or?
Just renovate it, update it. It's in really good condition. Just needs to be updated. So I believe it used to be a bed and breakfast
Right.
back in the 80s.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So we just need to make it a little bit more modern. and
Right.
update it a little bit. Yeah. But we're enjoying it.
Yeah, that's an interesting place there. Yeah, it is.
It's neat.
So I guess if we don't know anything else, and I think we've covered about everything, Honey Festival, Bricks Winery, the Art Guild, all the places are open. For tomorrow night, all the art places are open, all of the Honey Festival and Bricks, and of course all the shops will be open downtown on Saturday and Sunday, so good weekend to come to St. John. And the weather hopefully is very nice. Yeah. I think they might want rain one day,
Yep.
but that's okay. Rainy St. John's okay.
And they're always wrong.
Right. So, we thank you guys for
Thank you all for watching.
watching, and thank you for coming. We
Thank you.
enjoyed talking to you.
Thank you for
Yeah.
having me.
And anytime you want to come back, just give me a buzz and we'll put you on. And it's okay if there's 3 or 4 on. There's more conversation and all that kind of stuff, so.
Cool.
Anyway, I guess we will be signing off for the evening, and we'll say good night to Charlie.
Good night, Charlie.
And good night to all you good folks out there, and be sure to come to St. John this weekend.